Positive news arrived with bagged lunch today at one of Auckland's isolation hotels. A note tucked in with the meal telling guests someone among them is confirmed to have COVID-19 and the hotel is now in lockdown. It's one of two new cases announced today, one an arrival from India and the other from Los Angeles. Both men are in their 20s and are now at the Jet Park Hotel. Boaz Feci returned home from New Zealand from LA 12 days ago and has been isolating at Auckland's Pullman Hotel, where one of the new cases was discovered.
Yeah, people are going down to the lobby and having ciggies and stuff, and I can hear people just leaving from the rooms across from me. They're going out, and I can hear them be like, "I'll be back later," and whatnot. I'm like, where are you going? Where are these people going? I have stayed in my room this whole time. I got my test done today, and that was the first time leaving my room.
How long have you been there for?
This is my 12th day.
Is that your first test?
Yep, it is.
So nobody tested you on day 3 or offered you a test on day 3?
They did actually offer me a test on day 3, and I was like, I'm not going to leave my room right now. I'm going to get it on the day closer to when I leave, because
Okay.
I knew I wasn't going to leave my room and put anyone at risk.
Tell me about the process for testing. Were people socially distant? Where did that happen? What was it like?
Yeah, so I'm on the 11th floor, and so we went up to the 12th floor, and I went up there expecting it to be just me, really. I thought they would call people in one by one. So they would call us in, and they had these couch seats, and they'd be like, "Take a seat," and I was like, "No, I'm good, I'll just stand, thanks." I don't want to sit in the seat that everyone's sitting in. And they're like, "Oh, you can move on to the next seat," and I'm like, "Oh, I'll just stay standing." And then they call you through to the test, and they're also there. They're like, "All right, take a seat." And I'm like, "Can I get my test just standing up? I don't want to touch anything in here." And then, I got my test standing up, and they shove a swab way up your nose and wiggle around, and pretty uncomfortable, but needs to happen.
So do you feel that there was a bit too much milling going around, too many people clustered in the same area waiting for their tests?
Yeah, I think they should try to space out the calling people up, because I could see, this lady come up with her baby, should we be up here yet? There was, these two guys that saw each other, and it's like, "Oh, what's up, homie?" And then they're, shaking hands and stuff. I mean, the doctors just look at them like, "Whoa, what you guys doing?"
Do you know if these people are all from your same flight?
Yeah, I recognized a lot of them from my flight from LA, which is the scary part. We flew in from LA, where there's, a ton of cases over there.
So how compliant do you think people are being with the rules?
Not very, honestly. They're walking around in the lobby up here and stuff, and I don't know. Yeah, they've let us. They've given us spaces to exercise and stuff like that, and there's nothing really stopping people from. Well, they said we can go out to the lobby and go get some fresh air, but that's also where other guests are coming in. They're staying here. That I think a lot of them are unaware that there's a bunch of quarantiners in here.
There is a mention in that notice that they've given to you about the smoking area. Can you tell us anything about that? Did you see it when you came in? Are people mixed in there together? It says it's restricting numbers, but obviously more than one person can be there at a time. What can you tell us?
Yeah, so now it's saying the area has been restricted to 3 people max. So I don't know what it was before, and they're going to be keeping tabs on how much time you're allowed to spend in that area. I didn't see the area. I'm kind of assuming it's close to my room somehow, because I keep getting whiffs of cigarette smoke. I don't know where that's coming from though, but yeah, I haven't gone for an explore. I'm not really willing to walk around the place, especially now that we know there's someone with the virus in here.
Overall, how do you think your hotel's done?
They could be, honestly, when I went up for the test, I was expecting someone to be there with a disinfectant bottle, spraying down the elevator buttons. That's what scares me the most. It's the elevators, people pressing the same buttons and whatnot. Someone should be there spraying the buttons, being like, "You guys need to stay apart." There was one point where this guy came up next to me, and he was all snivelly nose, and his eyes were all red. I'm like, "Whoa, is this guy sick?" And the dude luckily spotted him and was like, "Hey, keep your distance, man." Yeah. But apart from that, the Pullman's been really good. They've looked after us amazingly, feed us 3 times a day. My room has a bath, views over Rangitoto. It's amazing. And if you can't put up with this for 14 days, then how much do you care about your country, really, you know?
What was in the lunch bag, by the way, besides the note?
I got roast kumara and like other roast veggies. I chose the vegetarian option. There's 3 options you can choose from, and I also got it was like a mud cake, like a chocolate mud cake, mandarins, some potato chips. Or actually, no, I got popcorn today. They've been keeping me filled with snacks and all sorts of goodies.
If you had to pay for isolation, would you? Would you have come home and paid?
Yeah. Yep, for sure. I said that to my family before I even knew that the government was going to be doing this. I said I'm going to stay in a hotel, whether it be like up in Auckland or I instantly get in a car and drive to, I wasn't going to put my family at risk, especially with people in my family with asthma and respiratory issues.
So what do you reckon isolation is worth? What's the fair price? 2 weeks.
Oh, man, if you paid for what I'm receiving, this would be a lot. I don't know how much, probably 600 or something. Maybe I would say more than that for what I've received.
On average, Boaz, it works out at about $4,000 a person per isolation. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, what do you think would be fair? Paying how much of that? Half? A quarter?
A quarter, I think, would be, if they could, a quarter would be fair.
So $1,000, you'd pay that for your 2 weeks of isolation?
Yeah.
And that was Boaz Feci, who is in isolation at the Pullman Hotel.